Welcome back everybody. In this video we're going to test out the RTX 4070 in 10 different games at 1440p. As you can see, I'm pairing this amazing graphics card with the Ryzen 7 5800X 3D and 32GB of RAM. And as always, you can find Amazon links in the description for the 4070 and my processor, just in case at the end of the video you want to check them out or buy them. But anyways, that being said, let's begin with Fortnite. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with DirectX 11, which is the API that gives us more FPS, and very low settings to get the most amount of FPS possible. And well, fair enough, we're getting an FPS count that's a little bit lower than I expected. I said we were gonna get 250, and we're getting around 200, barely 200. We're on the 190s FPS count. Whoa, what do you think you're doing, pal? What do you think you're doing, little pal? Shooting me when I'm one of the best Fortnite players available right now. Who do you think they call when they don't have Tfue and Ninja? They call me. It's actually significantly lower than what we get with 1080p resolution. So for those who want competitive Fortnite playing experience, I would highly recommend you play 1080p, because if you play 1440p, you're going to see a significant drop in FPS, which is fine. You know, 200 FPS is barely noticeable when we compare it to, oh, okay, another enemy, another opportunity to prove my worth, another opportunity. You know what, let's switch games, okay? And that new game is Assassin's Creed Mirage. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with the very high, ultra high graphical setting preset. And as you can see, we're getting above 100 FPS. We're getting above 100 FPS, which is very impressive, take into account that this is a new game that just came out a couple days ago. And it's a new game from Ubisoft, which means it's usually not going to be the best experience at launch, but still it is very smooth. It is exceeding 100 FPS mostly at all times. And it's also very stable. As you can see, the minimum FPS is 99, maximum FPS is 117. So it's also very even when it comes to the frame times across the map. But I have to say though, I still have a very sour mouth from that previous Fortnite match. I'm usually way better than that. I don't know what happened over there. I actually killed someone. F. There we go, buddy. There you go. And we're gonna go for the other one. We're gonna go for the other one. We're gonna go for the, what is he doing? We gonna go for, okay. We have to be stealthy. We have to be stealthy so we're not seen. We have to be very stealthy. What happened over here? What happened over here? Now I gotta beat you up front. I can't sneak up on your back and press F. I have to press click until I kill you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Done. Anyways, let's move on to Counter-Strike 2. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with the highest settings available in the game right now, without DLSS, by the way, no Fidelity FX Super Resolution. And wow, this is actually very impressive. We're getting 170 FPS on average. Well, you know what? Maybe it's not that impressive, take into account that in the old Counter-Strike Go, you could get like 600-700 FPS, but this is a new game with a new engine. It looks a lot better than the previous game. So there's that. And also, now we're getting over 200, 1440p high settings. And you can always turn the settings down to medium or minimum if you want the maximum amount of FPS. For those who want to know, if you turn all the settings down, you can, I think, get around 300 and something. Or at least that's what I get at 1080p. Which is already more than enough for competitive playing. But you know, it's a new game, so maybe that's the reason why it's not really working as expected. It just came out a couple weeks ago, so dude, I'm so bad. I'm so bad at this game, God. And they're bots. They're not even real players. And I suck. Okay. Let's plant the bomb. Let's plant the bomb here. Something that I really like about this new Counter-Strike is the water. Damn, it looks beautiful, the water in this game. Oh, what? We're at 160 FPS? Is this a joke? And I just got killed? Is that another joke? Let's move on to Warzone 2. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with the balance settings, the perfect balance between FPS and visual fidelity. And wow, this is actually very impressive. We're getting 130 FPS on average at 1440p with balanced settings. And I only hope I don't suck as much as I did on Fortnite and Counter-Strike, because damn, I am a very bad player. My only excuse is that, and it's true though, it's been a while since I've played any of these games, because I just usually don't play games, like online games at all. So I'm not as trained, I'm not as sharp as all of these people who probably spent all of their days and nights playing these games. So yeah, that's my only excuse, but I still suck. Even with that excuse taken into account, I would still say I do suck a little bit playing these games. But anyways, we're getting 140 FPS. Is there someone over here? Is there someone over here? Is someone over here? Oh, whoa! There was someone over here at the end. But I think there's someone else. I think there's someone else, though. I think there's someone else, though. I think there is someone else. Yes, 2 kills, guys. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna go with it because this is the first time in a long time that I've gotten 2 legitimate kills in a video game that was not single player. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I lost visual image of my face there for a bit, because I exceeded the 30-minute recording limit of my camera. I cannot believe what I just did, guys. I just got 3 kills. Anyways, after those beautiful 3 kills at Warzone, let's move on to Starfield. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with a high quality preset, no DLSS, no upscaling. And wow, this is definitely underwhelming. We're not even getting 60 FPS on average. At 1440p with a 4070 and probably the best, if not one of the best, processors for gaming available right now, we're not even getting 60 FPS on average. What's going on with this game? It's like not even Cyberpunk gives you this bad of an experience, and we're gonna try Cyberpunk later. This is insane. Not only the graphics are a little underwhelming, not only the AI of the game is a complete mess from 2007, this is not even reaching 60 FPS on average at 1440p. Take into consideration also, we're not using any fancy technologies like Lumen or ray tracing like we can get on Cyberpunk, which kind of justifies low FPS counts, but this is like basic video game, nothing fancy going on here. And it's not even reaching 60 FPS on average, and it feels very, very choppy. But anyways, speaking of poorly optimized games, let's move on to Cyberpunk. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with no DLSS, very high settings, and no ray tracing. And well, this is better. Off the rip, this is better than Starfield. We're getting 73, 74 FPS on average in a much more cluttered and crispy game, because yes, this looks a lot better than Starfield. This is way more complex. It has way more detailed textures. It has a lot more things going on at the same time in the display, so it's more justified for it to have low FPS counts, but even then, it gives you a way better experience than Starfield. I have to say though, when you're driving cars at a fast speed, the FPS count drops significantly. As you can see, we're on the 50s right now because I'm using the car. If I decide to stop the car, get out of it and not move much, or move walking, it's gonna go to the 70s, 80s, so it's gonna go back to like decent frame rate counts for a game with being played with a 4070. Anyways, let's move on with one of my favorite games of all time, Apex Legends. As you can see, we're playing at 1440p with very high settings because this game is incredibly well optimized, so we don't have to lower the settings to get over 200 FPS. And well, this is actually insane. We're getting over 200 FPS, as I said earlier, with 1440p resolution and high settings. this game just makes no sense because it also looks beautiful. It's like, it's like, whoa, what's this little thing? What the fuck was that? Was that a spider? Well, that was weird. Is it because it's Halloween? We're getting spiders in the game now? That was weird. There's enemies. Looks like there's enemies over there. So I might as well go for the rescue because, guys, I didn't tell you, but I'm one of the best Apex players available. Same way as I told you I'm one of the best Fortnite players available, and I didn't lie. I'm also one of the best Apex Legends available. I'm not even lying. Not kidding. It's factual, true, and it's real. 100% true story. There we go, buddy. I'm one of the best. No! Oh, God. I was so close. But anyways, after that embarrassing loss, let's move on to GTA 5. As you can see, I'm playing at 1440p with pretty much everything on Ultra, the most amount of settings, the highest settings available. And we're getting a very, very smooth and very respectable 170 FPS on average. This is actually insane. When it came out, this was a very demanding game. So the fact that we're getting all of these FPS with Ultra settings at 1440p still, even though it's very old and it should be the case, and it's the case, it still feels good, you know. It still feels like it's a nice treat. Although you've spent $700 on the 4070 and probably a lot more money on the rest of the computer so you could play this game, it still feels like a nice treat, you know. But anyways, let's go back home because I don't like Los Santos at night. So I'm gonna go back home, take a nap, and just keep driving because it's the only thing that I have left to do in this game at this point. Let's move on with Red Dead Redemption 2. As you can see, I'm playing at 1440p with pretty much everything set to high. It's not in the Ultra preset because it's completely stupid. It looks identical to high and it tanks the FPS count, but everything is set to high with no DLSS and no AMD FSR. And well, as you can see, we're getting a very smooth, 120 FPS average. This is nice. Not nice, it is nice, because this game looks beautiful. And the fact that we're getting a higher refresh rate, very smooth experience, keeping all the graphical fidelity at 1440p is an absolute treat. A treat worth celebrating. So I'm going to get out of my horse real quick. And you know what? You know what? Kill these guys. I'm gonna kill these guys because I can. Because I can. Look at your dog. He doesn't have your back, little buddy. Wait a minute. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, you want to fight? I was gonna let you go. You know what? I was gonna let you go because I didn't thought what I was doing was okay. But now I'm gonna strap you and leave you stranded in the middle of the road to be raped by the dogs. By your dog who doesn't have your back, little buddy. And because I feel bad after what I've just done, I'm gonna go ride my horse to forget about it. Okay? Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying, dude. I'm sorry guys. I've been recording videos for the past 5 hours and I'm a little dizzy. To the last game, which is Forza Horizon 4. As you can see, I'm playing at 1440p with ultra settings, the highest settings available for the game right now. And as you can see, I'm getting over 200 frames per second at 1440p high settings. You may have noticed I don't have all the settings, all the stats that I had in the previous games, and that's because MSI Afterburner, which is the software that I use, is not running. It's not compatible, I guess, with Forza Horizon 4. So I have to use the basic FPS counter that comes with the NVIDIA graphics cards. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. But it gives you a good reference of how much FPS you're gonna get at 1080p high, which is very impressive. Over 200 FPS at most of the time. Sure, sometimes it drops to the 190s, even 140s. I'm sorry, 180s, but wow, this is a very demanding game, and it looks very beautiful. And ooh, what is this? I wish I wish this was GTA 5 so I could steal this car. What is this car? Is it a prototype? Because it's not a Ferrari, and it's clearly not a Porsche, and it's clearly not a... okay. There I go. Dude, I hate this car. I don't know if it's this car in general or just this car in this game, but the Ford Focus is the worst car in terms of steering that I've ever tried in my life. I don't know if it's the game or it's the car, but it's horrible. I have to completely stop the car. And not even then. It just doesn't turn. You also have a link, by the way, to my processor. That being said, hope you have an amazing day, and I see you in the next video.